Pokemon games like Sword and Shield had version-exclusive gym leaders, but what if it was like that for every region with gym leaders? We start in Kanto, where we immediately have good options. There was a chance Sabrina wouldn't have been the Saffron gym leader. Sabrina and the Fighting Dojo once battled for who got to be gym leader, though in our reality, Sabrina easily won thanks to her type advantage. But what if through grit, determination, and testosterone, the Fighting Dojo managed to win in another reality? This would mean that Koichi, the Fighting Dojo master, would now be the gym leader of Saffron City's fighting type gym. And I guess Sabrina would just have to run a school for psychic trainers. Koichi's gym leader team would be Primeape, Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, and Poliwrath. The Hitmons and Poliwrath are Pokemon Koichi already has, so Primeape was added on as another iconic Gen 1 fighting type. Now, we would have a bit of a type overlap problem with Koichi. Kanto already has a fighting type Elite 4 member in Bruno. However, we do have precedent for Gym Leader League type overlap, so as long as they don't have too much Pokemon overlap, I think it's okay. For our next gym leader, we actually have a bit of a deep cut. Some time ago, a number of red and blue beta material got revealed. In that, we learned that Brock was not the original first gym leader. Instead, that was a child character some people say is named Yujiro, combined with a theory that Giovanni was originally a flying specialist. Yujiro's Pewter City gym leader team would be Spearow and Farfetch'd. Spearow is an early bird with a more fierce look than Pidgey. One of the things gym leader teams often do is show off rarer Pokemon, so Yujiro would be showing off the rarely found Farfetch'd. It should be noted that Farfetch'd has a much higher attack than Onix, but they're also more frail and can be balanced out with weaker moves. Next up, let's find some alternate Johto Gym Leaders. A quick thing to note is that Johto uses gym types Kanto didn't, but since Fairy doesn't exist in any Johto game, we're guaranteed at least one type overlap for gyms. The first alternate gym leader would be Elder Lee replacing Faulkner. Elder Lee is the leader of Sprout Tower in Violet City, and he acts as a secondary boss fight of sorts alongside Faulkner. Elder Lee's Violet City gym leader team would be Bellsprout and Weepinbell. Just like Faulkner, Elder Lee's ace would be an underleveled evolution, this time being the Bellsprout line, cause you know, Sprout Tower. For our next gym leader, we travel to Ecruteak City, where replacing Morty will have one of the Kimono girls. If anyone's more worthy of being the Ecruteak gym leader, it'd be them, and since we can only choose one, I'll be going with Kimono girl Zuki. Zuki's Ecruteak City gym leader team would be Murkrow, Sneasel, Houndour, and Umbreon. Zuki is the Umbreon Kimono girl, so that easily gave us her ace. As for the other three, they're just other Johto dark types. Plus, this would show the player those dark types before Karen does. Reminder, type overlap with Elite 4 members is acceptable. It's not ideal since this would make 3 Johto gyms overlap with the league, but it was gonna happen with the Indigo League overseeing 2 regions. Now we have Hoenn, where we have an interesting situation. Emerald was the first game to have a version exclusive gym leader, with Juan replacing Wallace as this is topless gym leader, who I'm counting because I'm lazy and it makes my job easier. Licia would be good, but her only Pokemon is Altaria, Winona's ace. So instead, I'm going with Ace Trainer Vito, the son of the Windstrait family and its most powerful member. Since the Windstrait home is north of Mauville, that's where his gym will be. Vito's Mauville City gym leader team would be Roselia, Breloom, Lombre, and Shiftry. In his Victory Road battle, Vito's team is actually fairly diverse, but his ace seems to be Shiftry, so I'll be making him a grass gym leader. From there, Roselia comes from Victoria's team, Vito's mother. Breloom comes from Vivi's team, Vito's little sister, and the Lombre line are counterparts to the Shiftry line. Next up, let's find some version exclusive gym leaders for Sinnoh. In Hearthome City, you run into one of the contest judges, Kira. She's also friends with your mom, so her battle would be a nice story beat. And as the judge for Hearthome contest, that's the gym she'll take over. Kira's Hearthome City gym leader team would be Aipom, Chansey, and Lopunny. Aipom would be a nice reference to Dawn's Ambipom in the anime, who was traded over to Dawn by Ash so she could compete in contests, until she decided she wanted to play ping pong for some reason. Plus, there's a honey tree west of Hearthome on Route 208. For Chansey, Happiny Lopunny is one of the Pokemon allowed in Amity Square. I would have gone for Clefairy, but they're now a fairy type in BDSP. Chansey would just have weak moves and no soft-boiled for balancing. Finally, Baniri is Kira's only known Pokemon, making Lopunny her ace. Next, we go south of Hearthome to find our Pastoria gym replacement. On Route 212, you have Mr. Backlot, his mansion, and the Trophy Garden, with the Trophy Garden being a place you can find rare Pokemon, much like the Great Marsh, so Backlot will be Crasher Wake's counterpart. Mr. Backlot's Pastoria City gym leader team would be Mothim, Golbat, and Staraptor. There's a honey tree on Route 212 where Backlot could find Burmy. Golbat is a common flying type and a Pokemon who evolves via friendship, so them still being a Golbat could show how conceited Mr. Backlot can be. Finally, of the 5 Pokemon initially found in the Trophy Garden, Staravia is among the most common with a 30% encounter rate in daytime. We could have gone with Poison with Roselia, but Roserade is Gardenia's ace. Now we enter Unova, where we'll have 4 new gym leaders, 2 for Black and White and 2 for the sequels. I could count Drayden and Iris since I counted Hoenn, but I came up with a lot of ideas I really liked, so let me cook. Much like our first version exclusive gym leader, Hilbert and Hilda's mom. I discussed this more in my video about champion Pokemoms, but Hilbert and Hilda's mom is implied to have been a trainer at some point. So what if in Black and White, she's a gym leader who's preparing to retire, with you and your rivals being the last trainer she battles? And her gym would be the one closest to Novema Town, the Striton Gym. The Black and White Mom Striton City gym leader team would be Purloin and the starter with a type advantage against yours. As I said in the Champion Pokemon's video, if the BW mom was a trainer, she likely had her own starter and a Purloin if she was a last trainer. For our next Black and White gym leader, we have quite the deep cut. In Black 2 and White 2, you can find a newlywed couple in Humilao City, where they ask you to ring the Celestial Tower bell near Mistralton City. However, the job isn't as easy as just walking up the tower steps. In the tower, you'll be confronted by the man's 4 ex-girlfriends, led by the Steel-type specialist, Maid Tammy. I made a short about this if you want to know more, link below. But what if, before the Elite 4 of Evil Exes, Tammy was a gym leader? Tammy's Mistralton City gym leader team would be Ferroseed, Poniard, and Escavalier. Easy enough, these are Unovan Pokemon Tammy has in her actual team, though maybe you could swap one of them for an underleveled Clank. Now let's find some new gym leaders for Black 2 and White 2. In Undella Town in Black and White, you can battle the Riches family, and for our gym leader, we're choosing the Patriarch, Zillion. He'll be taking over Berg's gym in Castelia City. After all, it's probably one of the most expensive cities in Unova. Zillion's Castelia City gym leader team would be Sneasel, Poniard, and Crocodile. These are all Pokemon he or his family members have in their battles. Sneasel is from his daughter or daughter-in-law Trish, Poniard is from his grandson Miles, and the underleveled Crocodile is from his own team. For our next gym leader, we'll look over in Driftvale City, where we'll find ex-Team Plasma members trying to redeem themselves. This includes an ex-member of the 7 Sages, Rude. Maybe he'd become a gym leader to show trainers how to raise Pokemon. Rude's Driftvale City gym leader team would be Munna, Sigilif, and Swoobat. Munna would reference the one Plasma Grunt's attack in the first game, showing how much Rude wants to repent, not just for his own actions, but the ones of his team by properly taking care of a Munna. Sigilif is one of the Pokemon N once had in the first game, showing how loyal Rude is to N and not Ghetsis. Finally, Swoobat is his actual ace when you battle him. Plus, Swoobat is a friendship evolution, which really shows the effort he's put in to truly understand Pokemon. Next, we go to Kalos to find its new gym leaders. North of Route 6, we find the Parfum Palace and its owner. With his palace nearby Silage City, that's the gym he'd buy out. I mean, totally earned the position through hard work. The Parfum Palace owner's Silage City gym leader team would be Munchlax and Furfrou. Munchlax references the sleeping Snorlax over on Route 6, with the owner's Pokeflute being what's needed to wake them up, and Furfrou would, of course, be his pet Furfrou. Plus, he can specialize in the Protect TM like you're given by his butler. For our next gym leader, we head to Lumio City, where, depending on the version, Bonnie will be the Lumio's gym leader. But instead of being an electric specialist, she'll be a ground specialist, referencing Bonnie's relationship with Squishy the Zygarde in the anime.
Squishy, go
Bonnie's Lumio City Gym Leader team would be Goodbye, Graveler, and Diggersby. Goodbye shares the same typing as Zygarde, referencing Squishy. Graveler is found on Route 13, which is nearby Lumio City, and Diggersby references Clement's Bunnelby in the anime. Bonus points if Diggersby has their hidden ability, Huge Power. Finally, we skip Alola and Galar to end in Paldea. Alola doesn't have gyms, and Galar already has alternate gym leaders. And luckily for Paldea, we immediately have two good options. Time, who used to be a gym leader, and Dendra, the battle studies teacher. Time was likely the Montanavera gym leader before her sister Rhyme, and like Koichi, Dendra would overtake Tulip as the Alfornata gym leader. Time's Montanavera gym leader team would be Lycanroc, Dreadnought, Garganacl, and Vespiquen. Meanwhile, Dendra's Alfornata gym leader team would be Phalanx, Medicham, Hariyama, and Azumarill. 3 of 4 of their Pokemon are simply from their actual teams. But all the aces of the Paldea gym leaders have two things in common. They're not of the gym leader's type and not Paldean Pokemon. Vespiquen's Combee Colony would relate to Time being a math teacher, and Azumarill has the huge power ability, which Dendra would appreciate. And there you have it, folks. What if every Pokemon game had version-exclusive gym leaders? What did you think about the options I proposed? Would you want to see more version-exclusive gym leaders? If you were to give my options rematch teams, what would you give them? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to join the Law Bunny Appreciation Super Squad today, and become a member if you're interested. It's only $2 a month. Have a nice day, you wonderful people. Sabrina and the Fighting Reminder, type overlap with Elite 4 members as accepted. With Juan replacing Wallace as the maybe he'd become a gym leader to, totally earn the position.